is up, YouTube? So, I know that I've been gone for a few weeks. Uh, I will get to why here in a second. So, it is Monday, what is the date? May 18th. Yes, Monday, May 18th. I just finished my open water swim. That is what I had scheduled for today's workout in my triathlon plan. We did 1,800 yards. I did it in the open water. I had a pull buoy. I did not use said pull buoy. I wanted to do a distance swim today. I did 1,800 yards with no breaks, as far as like I would tread water or I would float, obviously. But I did not stand on the bank. I did not exit the water. We were swimming or floating the entire time. So 1,800 yards. That is my longest open water swim so far. So very excited about that. Huge confidence booster for my triathlon coming up in August. So I have a little over 2 months to not only practice swimming that distance, but get faster at it. I do think it would have been a little faster than my watch said it is, just because half of my swimming was upriver, and there was a little bit of current. So obviously I was not moving as fast going upriver, but it is very, very good training. So I'm not complaining about it whatsoever. But you very definitely could tell the speed difference going upriver versus going downriver. So like I would look at my watch and like I would swim 100 yards going downriver, like that. And then going upriver, I would swim and I would get tired. I'd be oh, okay, cool, it's time to take a break. And I'd have gone like 60 yards. So yeah, but it's cool. Good training, swimming against the current builds the swimming muscles. Even if it doesn't show it on the watch, if we are getting more time in the water, that is only going to benefit us. As far as when I do my open water swims, obviously when I'm in the pool, I will pay more attention to my times. Because obviously, like I can't do anything about the current, except use it to my advantage. So anyway, that is today's swim. Very excited about today's swim. Longest open water distance, longest swim with 0 breaks. Yeah, so now I know that I can at least make the distance for the triathlon. Wasn't really worried about it, but now I've officially done it. So yeah, anyway, I have been gone from the YouTube weekly videos for a few weeks because on the 23rd of April, my wife gave birth to our new baby. So obviously that has been my priority. Still is, but we've adjusted a little bit now. So took a couple weeks off of work. I got paid paternity leave from my job. And then last week I worked 3 days and then decided to take Thursday and Friday off, just to kind of ease back into my work schedule and, make it as easy on my wife as I can. But yeah, we are super blessed. Not only do we have a beautiful new baby, we have other children that just love him. Obviously, I said him, so it's a boy. Yeah, I'm going to be sitting here for a while in traffic. Anyway, so we have a beautiful baby boy. Everyone is healthy. Everyone is happy. I'm blessed with paternity leave to be able to take off and support my wife and just enjoy time with my family and get to know my new son. It has just been an outstanding last, I'll say month. Hasn't hardly been a month yet. He'll be a month old Thursday, I believe. At least that's 4 weeks. But anyway, on the 23rd, so it's the 18th. On the 23rd, he'll be a month old. And yeah, he is just perfect. So 0 complaints. God has just been so good to my family. Healthy baby, healthy mama, blessed with a job where I get to take off to be with them and to make sure that they are taken care of. Blessed that I didn't miss any training whatsoever during that time. That's the whole reason I set up the pain cave. So yeah, it just worked out good. We put in quite a few hours in the pain cave. I stayed really close to home because that way, you know, if I was outside doing my run or my bike or my lift or whatever, you know, and my wife needed me, she just sent me a text message, or she sent one of the other kids outside and they're like, hey, Dad, we need you in here. And I'm like, all right, cool. And I just stop the treadmill or whatever, and I come inside. And so, yeah, that's the whole point of the pain cave. But anyway, that is where I've been. I have been taking care of daddy duties, basically. Yeah. So now we're headed back into work. This is my second week back. Like I said, I only worked 3 days last week. Planning on only working 4 days this week. Not only is I'm able to do that anyway, but it is also a holiday weekend. So Memorial Day is next Monday, I believe. I have that right. So yeah, that's where we are currently. I have officially started the prep for the K-Town on the River triathlons in Knoxville, Tennessee. I will be doing that on the 1st of August. And we are going to be training the whole time up until that point. There is a wreck or something in front of me because that's 2 cop cars and there are more coming. So I'm going to exit this video so I can pay attention to what I'm supposed to be doing, and we will see you in the next one. kind of wanted to wrap this video up a little bit differently. I've been meaning to do this the last couple videos, and I just haven't really remembered to take the time and sit down and kind of film the outro or the end segment. So I really wanted to make sure I did that with this video, especially since it's been, a couple weeks since I posted anyway. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I take the time to do this and just kind of talk about, some stuff that, has been on my mind. And that's one of the things that I want to do with these videos is just kind of, help people with the mindset, or, maybe just help you think about things a different way. I don't know. But I just wanted to include, a little more than, just the training clips, because, everybody's got more going on than, just the training portion. So anyway, one of the things that I wanted to talk about, at least for this video, and it's been on my mind recently due to, just the life changes and everything that have happened for my family here lately. But anyway, that's the thought that's been going through my mind is you've got to run your own race. And we all say that, and at least a lot of people kind of know that when it comes to an actual race, so like you sign up for, I don't know, maybe a half marathon, and you've been training, and let's say you've been running 10-minute per mile paces the entire workup, and you get to race day and there's somebody in front of you that's running, an 8.5-minute pace, and you try to do that and keep up with them. Well, you're going to blow up, the first, 3 miles, if you make it that far, because that's not the pace that you've been running. That's not your race pace. So, we all kind of know in a race that it doesn't matter what everybody else around you is doing. You've got to run your race based on, your personal fitness level, your training paces, just what your body can hold, for whatever duration. But it's not just in races that we have to do that. Running your own race is just kind of life in general, I think. Just because everybody's different, everybody's got different situations, everybody's got different backgrounds. Your life is not the same as somebody else's. So, it's all fun and stuff to watch, the professional athletes and, all these guys and girls that, are holding these phenomenal paces, or, they're doing the 6-hour training days to get ready for an Ironman, or whatever. Like, everybody likes watching them. I do too. I love watching, YouTube videos or documentaries, about triathletes and the ultra marathons, and it's great. That's pretty much all I watch on YouTube. But it's not realistic for me to think that I can have the same training schedule as, a 25-year-old professional athlete, because I'm not a 25-year-old professional athlete. I'm a 34-year-old man that has a full-time job, a big family. I've got a wife and 4 kids. Just like all of that stuff makes my life different than theirs. So I've got to run my own race as far as when I lay out my training splits. and my weeks and my goals. I've got to be realistic to whatever my situation is, and I can enjoy watching, that 25-year-old professional athlete, and I can root for them. And I'm not even saying that, you know, one day possibly, I might even be able to at least see them cross the finish line because my paces are close enough. I highly doubt it, but I'm not saying that you can't perform, but I am saying that you can't model everything about your split off of somebody else's life. Just because they're doing it doesn't mean that it's going to work for you, because you have a completely different situation, and everything should be based on that situation, and just do what you can do, what is good and is going to help you improve based on your life. You have to run your race, and as long as you're improving on the person that you were yesterday, then you should be very proud of that progress, and don't get so caught up, in comparing yourself to somebody else, even if they're not a professional athlete. Just don't get so caught up in comparing yourself to someone else that you don't enjoy, the progress that you've made. So we're all different. We all have, different situations. We're all at different fitness levels. We all have different goals. It's just, I don't know. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, we're all different in a lot of different ways, and you just have to focus on, you know, running your race as far as life goes too. So just do what you can. Set your own goals. Keep them realistic, and just keep moving them forward. You always want to set a good goal. Um, and hopefully it's at least a little hard to achieve, because that means you're putting in some effort. But anyway, you kind of get what I'm saying. Just do your own thing, set your own goals. You can get inspired or whatever by other people, but don't compare yourself to others. Compare yourself to the person that you were yesterday, because God has put you in whatever situation you're in, because that's where He needs you. And there is a way for you to work for His glory right where you're at. And if you try to run somebody else's race, well, then you could be missing, your purpose entirely. So don't do that. Run your own race, and just, try to use your situation to bring glory to God, and just focus on everything that you've done and the improvements that you've made, and you should be happy about them. So anyway, that's my little end segment that's just been on my mind here lately. So I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe, I definitely don't think I know everything, but hopefully it didn't come across that way. Hopefully maybe that helps somebody. But yeah, so new shirts are in. I know you can't really see it where I'm sitting currently, but I'm wearing the Endure Athletic Performance Brick by Brick shirt. It's available on my website, as well as some other training gear. EndureAthleticPerformance.com. Hopefully, you can go check it out. Maybe there's something you like. I also have training plans available. I'm working on some more of those. They're kind of always in progress, but I just I work when I can, because I'm running my race, and sometimes I get busy. But just, keep looking at the website. We'll get more plans up, as we get them done. I definitely want to make sure they're quality plans, so that way when you guys go and purchase them, you get, value for your money, and that they can actually help you. If you have questions, reach out. I'll do what I can to help you in your endurance sports journey. yeah, so check out the website, check out my Instagram. Please follow me and subscribe on all the social medias. Um, yeah, and just stay tuned. I'm going to be filming my prep for the upcoming triathlon in August. It's going well so far, and I just appreciate, all the support and everybody taking the time to watch.